I just woke up. My mouth isn't working yet. Good to go. Hello, class. Welcome back to the channel. It's my wife's mug. Buckle up. This is going to be a long one. Today I wanted to share a personal story. I redacted all the names to protect the innocent and changed the name of the subject to protect myself. I am going to be talking about some sensitive subjects such as substance abuse, child abuse, and mental health struggles. This is the story of my stepbrother, who I was once close with, becoming a hammer-wielding, sexually harassing alcoholic who you do not want to become friends with on Facebook. This is the story of Lenny Longsword, the lewd and loathsome liar. Childhood. In the early years of my childhood, my parents lived together on and off. When I was about 7 years old, my parents split up because my dad was an abusive alcoholic. A few times things got physical with my parents, but my mom didn't take shit and she fought back. When my dad started laying hands on my brother and I, my mom took us and left my dad for good. We moved to a trailer park while my dad kept the mid-size empty bungalow to himself. We would visit him on the odd weekend, but most of the time it was just hard to track him down. Shortly after moving to the trailer park, I started going to a new school for grade 2. I've always been pretty shy and an introvert, so making new friends didn't come easily. I was terrified of being an outcast, but I slowly started making friends. There was a kid in my class that instantly rubbed me the wrong way. His name was Lenny, and I quickly realized that Lenny was very, very different. He was abrasive, annoying, hungry for attention. I remember trying my best to avoid him, and for the most part it had been working. He'd always wear clothes that were way too small for him. His pants sat a good 3 inches above his shoes, and his hair was usually dirty. He would make up crazy stories like how he owned every Super Nintendo game or how his family pet was a wolf. One day Lenny approached me. "Hey, Brock," I heard from behind me. Turning around, I saw Lenny standing there. "Yeah," I said. "Is your dad redacted?" Lenny asked. It was indeed my dad's lifelong nickname, so I said, "Yes, why?" I was very confused at how this weird kid knew my father. Lenny got a huge smile on his face and said, "Your dad's dating my mom, so that makes us brothers now." I was floored. Surely this was another bullshit lie, but how did this kid know my father's name? It kind of upset me, so I said, "No, we're not. I don't even know you." That night, I called my dad and asked him if he knew a kid named Lenny. My dad revealed that he was indeed dating Lenny's mom, and he wanted my actual brother and I to meet her and her 4 sons. It made me feel like my dad was just out there getting a new family and didn't bother telling us. My dad took my brother and I to Pizza Hut that weekend, which was very out of the ordinary for him. And after we were done eating, he revealed to my brother and I that we'd be meeting his girlfriend and her kids. I instantly became anxious, and I didn't want to go. But I had no choice. We arrived at my dad's girlfriend's house and knocked on the door. I waited nervously as I thought about how much I did not want a new family. I sure as hell didn't want to be brothers with that weird Lenny kid from school. Lenny's brother answered the door. He's the same age as my brother, and like Lenny and I, they also shared a classroom together. However, unlike Lenny and I, they were actually friends, so they were instantly excited to become brothers. Made me feel really alone, but, I couldn't blame my brother. He was like 4 years old at the time, so whatever. So naturally, I asked questions about Lenny's dad and why he wasn't around. We were told that Lenny's dad was a drug addict who beat Lenny's mom and sexually abused Lenny. When we were kids, there were French fries that used to go around the neighborhoods in the summer, kind of like ice cream trucks, except they sold French fries and poutines and shit like that. We used to beg our parents for change to grab corn dogs or poutine. We loved the chip trucks. We were warned by my dad not to go to the chip trucks because Lenny's dad worked in one of them and he would piss in the fries. I was literally horrified. For years, I didn't go to chip trucks thinking that Lenny's vengeful father would kidnap me or I'd be served a bag of piss chips. I later met Lenny's father when I was about 18. He wasn't exactly the devil my parents made him out to be. He was no saint, but Lenny once did tell me that his dad never did touch him sexually. He said it was something his mom made him say in court when they were battling for custody over the kids, so I don't know. His dad once did tell me that the real reason they did split up was because they were both doing a lot of drugs at the time and just basically beating the shit out of each other. So, yeah, that's not that good. I told him the chip truck story, and he laughed and said that he never even worked in a chip truck. As long as I've known Lenny, he's had a way of bringing bad attention to himself. He would force himself into friends groups and tell insane, obviously fake lies that got him picked on by everyone, even the younger grades. He once told my friend that he was playing in a cardboard box on the railroad tracks and that a train came and hit him, and he went flying through the air in the cardboard box and flew out of the box and hit the ground running. Another time he said he once saved his brother's life by beating a 10-foot tall daddy long leg to death with a barbell. Yeah. He was trying to impress people, but he just made everyone uncomfortable. Other kids would call him out on his lies, but he would just get offended and start a fight. Many times he got his ass kicked at school for it. He'd say crazy things out of nowhere, too, like 1 second a kid's telling him to stop lying, and the next second Lenny's calling the kid's mom a slut. It would escalate very quickly. I remember an altercation during a baseball game where Lenny lost his temper and actually swung a baseball bat at my friend's leg and got him right in the knee. My teacher ended up tackling Lenny right into the dirt. Lenny was screaming, "I'll end everyone! I'll end you all!" This was like grade 6. I pleaded with my dad at home not to beat my teacher's ass for tackling Lenny. I was like, "Lenny attacked a kid with a baseball bat. What did you want my teacher to do?" My dad was a crazy person when it came to losing his temper. Lenny and my dad never really got along, though. Lenny was always looking for my dad's approval while simultaneously getting himself into trouble for, like, everything. My dad would basically have to force Lenny to shower because he was afraid of water. The kid regularly smelled like hot garbage doused in vinegar. Over time, my brothers and I would mostly ignore Lenny's lies and roll past them like they weren't happening. Occasionally, they would lead to fights, but we learned to live with it for the most part. School was a different story, though. The first year we met, about 7 years old, had an obsession with a girl in our class. This obsession would also be a sign of things to come as well. Lenny would ask the girl if she would be his girlfriend. At first, she politely declined. But Lenny's obsession didn't stop. She was being harassed, day after day. One day, I guess Lenny was looking at her weird because she said, "Miss Redacted, Lenny's giving me the eyes." The principal had a talk with Lenny and basically said, like, if you don't stop, you're going to be expelled. So after that, he mostly left her alone, but that didn't stop us from hearing about her at home. One boy in class didn't know what giving somebody the eyes meant, so he tried to use it on another boy and yelled, "Miss, Johnny's giving me the eyes." And Johnny yelled, "No, I'm not." And they almost got into a huge fight, and it was kind of funny. Very early on, we started noticing even weirder things about Lenny. We'd noticed he'd be like humping the couch in the background behind us, and we'd call him out on it, and of course he would just deny it. Classic Lenny. There were many times where we would all camp out in the living room floor with like sleeping bags and stuff like that, and we'd watch movies and play video games until we fell asleep. And on numerous occasions, one of us would wake up to Lenny trying to play footsies with us. One time I smacked the living shit out of him for getting a bit too weird with me. We once found a hole in the crotch of one of his teddy bears and a hole in one of his mattresses about exactly where his penis would be. One time Lenny got us to play a new game he called Gay Vampire. He turned off all the lights in the basement, and then Lenny, the gay vampire, would have to come and find us in the dark. It was basically just hide and go seek in the dark. We turned the lights off and tried to find a hiding spot. I figured I'd be sneaky and stay on the move as to avoid being caught. I almost tripped over a pair of someone's clothes, so realizing Lenny was running around naked in the dark, I shoved his clothes underneath the couch and turned the lights on to bust him. When I saw him standing there in the nude, I said, "Why the fuck are your clothes off?" He said, "I don't know." My dad heard it, came downstairs, and he also said, "Lenny, why the fuck are your clothes off?" And Lenny was running around holding his junk going, "I can't find my clothes, I can't find my clothes, I can't find my clothes." And my dad just said, "Get the fuck in the room," which kind of became a running joke after a while, because anytime Lenny got in trouble, it was just, "Get in the room." Anyways, I helped Lenny write a song called The Room at one point. Maybe I'll put a clip of it in the end of this. I don't know. It's kind of dark, so we'll see. For as problematic as Lenny was, we did manage to have some fun at times. We were very bored as kids, so it usually made us do crazy shit to keep ourselves entertained. One time, Lenny dared himself to drink a jar of pickle juice. I don't know why. About an hour later, Lenny and his brother were playing N64 when Lenny started dancing around going, I have to shit so bad. I was like, pause the game and go to the bathroom. He replied, there is no pause in this game, before running to the shitter a minute later. When he was finished with the toilet, Lenny peeked his head out of the bathroom and asked, hey guys, can you toss me some clean clothes? I think I'm going to take a shower. Like I said earlier, Lenny hates water, so we knew immediately that he shit himself. We later found his shit-filled underwear crusted to the inside of the dryer downstairs. The dumbass didn't even put it in the correct machine. I actually pranked my dad with them by taking them and hanging them on his bedroom doorknob and knocking on his door and running away. And then all I heard was him open up his door and go, who the hell left their fucking underwear in the hallway? Oh, god damn it, they're all covered in shit. I laughed so hard I had to fess up. I almost created another pair of shitty underwear. It was amazing. Unfortunately, home life became increasingly volatile, especially for Lenny. My dad and his mom were drinking a lot more than ever, and Lenny was 16 and becoming more rebellious. It all came to a head when my dad kicked Lenny out of the house. Lenny went to live with his father, the piss chips guy. I didn't see Lenny again until I was like 18. When I was 19, my dad's drinking finally caught up to him and he was hospitalized. A few days after that, he passed away from cirrhosis of the liver. It was an extremely difficult time in my life. But that's a story for another day. Now that Lenny was an adult with access to the internet, he began trying to hook up with women on Facebook. I can't imagine he was getting much luck with lines like the one he sent a mutual friend. She said, Lenny told me he worked for High Times and wanted me to be tied to a bed, naked, with weed all over me, and he'd give me $200. I probably don't have to tell you that all of that was bullshit. Not only did he not work for High Times magazine, he didn't work at all. Or have $200. Or weed. His lies were becoming more concerning as well. I used to get asked questions by mutual friends all the time. They'd ask things like, was your stepbrother in the military? And I'd have to tell them he was in basic training, but they kicked him out for lying and smelling like shit. A few people told me that Lenny told them that he watched his best friend blow up in Iraq from a grenade 3 feet from him. I'd have to tell him that that was a real story that actually happened, but it happened to Lenny's older brother, who actually does fight in the military, and it didn't happen in Iraq, it happened in Afghanistan. Once in a while, Lenny would post some weird stuff online too. Once he posted, can't stop, haven't slept in forever, Sassy has me bent over, female dildo up my ass, feels good, Sassy's my woman, fuck yeah. Another post read, never knew anal felt so fucking great. Wow, talk about being ignorant. To which someone replied, what the fuck, Lenny? He explained himself by saying he had a hot chick over that night who posted it on his profile as a joke. I fully believe he made the entire thing up just to sound like he had a girl over at his place. I would often get some weird messages from too, like the one time he wrote me, dude, I've reached literal nirvana. I found my true self. I know this may sound strange and odd, but my inner soul is basically Bram Stoker's Dracula's meets chain guns and explosives, meets emo, meets punk rock hardcore party animal, meets carnage and helpless romantic, all wrapped in one. I feel so happy to finally know who I am. Doesn't mean I'm not a good person, just I'd personally feel better in a war zone, shredding lead. Anyways, just wanted to share my true soul's desire of heaven. His strange posts weren't confined to private messages though. Oh no. Here's something he posted publicly on his own Facebook. I am announcing it today. I am no longer ashamed to say it. I am bisexual and I accept it. That's right. I used to be gay. Those of you who want to post judgmental comments on here, feel free. You won't shake my faith. I deeply care for a certain girl, but I have had a shady past. This one woman I met online shows me that dreams really can come true. As for my so-called stepbrother who spits righteousness, I admit I was gay. Suck it up and admit your faults or die in despair, asshole. I have no idea what the first part is about, but I'm pretty sure I was the stepbrother that was spitting righteousness. He really doesn't like being told to get a job or take a shower or get help or stop harassing people or take a shower or get help. Also, I can't tell if he thinks being gay is a fault. The fuck? We started hearing more and more about Lenny messaging people on Facebook. It was almost like he was going through our friends list and adding all the women we knew. I had to have talks with him to let him know that he needs to behave online, especially if he's going to be talking to my friends and family. Unfortunately, what we didn't know right away was that Lenny was developing a severe obsession with certain girls online. If they blocked him, he'd have a new account the next day, sometimes with a different name. If he got banned from Facebook, he would just make a new account with a new email address. Every week it was like I was getting added by a new Lenny account. In my early 20s, I always tried my best to hang out with Lenny. He didn't have a lot of friends, if any at all, and I always kind of felt bad for not treating him better when we were kids. I hoped that I could be a more positive influence on him. And we did have some fun times. Usually we would just smoke weed and bond over music and video games. Speaking of weed, that actually reminds me of a time that Lenny took a huge bong rip and passed out. Like, full KO, he fell headfirst underneath my desk. I went to help him, and when he came to, he put his fists up and he was like, "What the hell did you do to me?" I was like, "I didn't do anything. You fell on your face. I was just trying to help you." He thought I punched him and knocked him out because his face hurt so bad. It was all on you, Lenny. I had nothing to do with that. As a young man, Lenny fucked up his financial credit when he was accepted for a credit card and immediately maxed it out on cam girls and a fleshlight. One day, Lenny's younger brother and I were helping him move apartments. When we got to his place, nothing was packed and he had dirty pots and dishes scattered everywhere. There were multiple pans of moldy noodles with butter and garlic salt, some of which had bugs crawling in them. The smell was enough to make you want to disinfect your lungs. We were taking stuff out of Lenny's bedroom when his younger brother went to open his closet door. Lenny jumped up like, No, you don't go in there. Before he could stop us, we opened up the door to look inside. The closet was empty of clothes. In the middle of the floor, Lenny had set up a camping chair. In the cup holder of the chair sat his prized fleshlight, while porn magazine clippings plastered the walls inside of the closet. We were disgusted but also could not stop laughing. A grown man designed his own jerk-off closet in his own house. I don't know why he felt the need to hide his masturbation habits in a closet. It's not like he had roommates. As time went on, Lenny's lies became more and more harmful. He would regularly crash out online and post almost suicidal messages. I tried getting him help. I even called the hospital myself, but they basically told me that unless Lenny checks himself in or tries to hurt himself or someone else, there's pretty much nothing they can do about it. I begged Lenny to make an appointment to get evaluated, and he said he would, but I couldn't trust him to do it on his own, so I said, "Why don't you come over on Thursday? We'll make an appointment together." I even offered to go to his appointments with him, just so that he had somebody to be there with him. Well, when Thursday rolled around, he said he couldn't come over because he was going to his brother's place to play Dungeons and Dragons. He said he didn't need help anymore. He was feeling much better. The downward spiral. A woman I didn't know reached out to me over Facebook. She received a bunch of messages from Lenny and was concerned. I was listed as Lenny's stepbrother, so she reached out to me. She sent me a bunch of messages that Lenny had sent her. They start at the beginning of 2009 and end at the end of 2010. So for 2 years, Lenny was messaging this girl. She didn't even respond to him, but that didn't stop Lenny from having a conversation with himself. This is what he wrote. February 2009. Hello, my name is Lenny. I think I know you. Do you remember me? May 2009. I just wanted to hi and see how you're doing. I'm Lenny Longsword. If you remember me, please reply. I'm reading it with the spelling mistakes. August 2009. Hello, Redacted. I know you probably don't want to say me or even talk to me, but I'm tired of not saying anything anymore. I love you. I've been overseas fighting the wars that you read about, but all the time I longed for you. Every time I call to see if you're there, everyone shuts me out and I don't even know why. I want none be with you. I love you, Redacted. Or whatever your last name was at the time. P.S. I heard you lost those sexy braces. Shame. but I bet now your smile could shake the heavens loose. Ugh. I just threw up in my mouth reading that. September 2009. Redacted. I gonna be clear and precise. I'm not some stalker guy. I just feel hard for you. If you don't like me at all, at least have the stones to tell me. Please, I promise I'll keep my distance. I just want to hear from you once again. I don't have much time left. Love you always. The knight in broken armor. Lenny Longsword. Sorry about the spelling mistakes. My hand broken. Yeah, his hand broken. That's why he's typing with just one. Also, Lenny pretending he's dying definitely becomes a reoccurring theme. October 2009. Well, I hope you actually receive and read these, because now I'm fed up, Redacted. You don't have the slightest fucking idea of what you put me through for the last 5 years. I left a military career for you and gave up going to university because I felt so strongly that one day we might be together. That's not your fault, but what is not once ever returning a call back. Dear Mr. I'm too good to call or write my fans. This will be the last package I ever send your ass. It's been 6 months and still no word. I don't deserve it. I know you got my last 2 letters. I wrote the addresses on them perfect. Okay, that last part was from Stan, but I'm sensing a pattern here. Lenny continues. So here's one thing that you can keep on your fucking wall. Leave me alone forever. If I so much as see your beautiful face again, I'll puke. You've wasted 5 years of my life wishing I could maybe have a family. I'll always share feeling for you, but I'll never fall for you again. You make me sick, heartless bitch. And tell your dad to fuck off too. He's not able to repair my bikes anymore. No, Lenny, who's going to repair your bikes now, man? Fuck. I don't know what he was trying to accomplish with this. This woman barely knew who he was and probably had no idea that this was even happening until it was all over. October 2009. I wish to retract my last message. I know you have no emotions for me and probably don't remember who I am. I remember the smell of your hair, the soft touch of your skin, the glow of your perfect smile, but most of all, I remember most of all, those words I said on that fateful day that I last saw you. I love you. He must have Googled how to make a person's skin crawl before writing this. June 2010. Will you go out with me, sexy? December 2010. I realize I've been a thorn in your side for over half a decade. I'm tired of being alone in this world, and it'd be nice to spend some of my time remaining with a good friend. You still like to knit? I know you like piggies too. Photographic memory, I swear. Sometimes it's a curse more than a gift. Curse. It's a curse, definitely a curse. I should remind you that these messages went unanswered for 2 years. I still can't believe he had an emotional roller coaster ride via a conversation with himself. Also, I cut a shitload out of this, or else this video would be like 10 hours long. The following conversation is between Lenny and the same woman, except this time Lenny's using an alt account with his middle name. This is what happened. Would you like to hang out later? Maybe see Godzilla? I know you're still with Redacted, so I'll behave. Not knowing it was Lenny, she wrote back. Who the hell is this? It's Lenny. Had to use my middle name because exes were blocking me too much. Weird. I don't hang out with dudes, really. Well, I suppose it's good that I'm not really a dude, considering I'm gay. Well, bye. Surprise. Surprise? Kinda not surprised. I have to tell you the truth. I always thought you were smoking hot. I already knew that. It's way noticeable, man. Not to be mean, but you're not my type, LOL. I love that she wrote not to be mean and then hit him with an LOL. Take a hint, Lenny. Aw, did I mention I just got 70K in back time? But again, apparently I'm not your type. By the way, I'm built and am lead signer in punk rock band nowadays. All lies. Well, maybe he was a lead signer in a punk rock band, but whatever the hell that is. Lost my bro to cancer last week. Could use some female comfort. My ex-boyfriend left me, so I'm a bit messed up at the moment, but still adore you. This technique of pickup artistry is called throwing bullshit at the wall and hoping something sticks. Yeah, who's the ex? My ex was a Ramziel Oblanov, a 38-year-old Russian with a massive cock. He left me because 1, I was bigger than him, and 2, he felt vulnerable. What the fuck? Okay, seriously, stop trying. It ain't gonna happen. I lost yum first son to a drug user, and hurts even now. Always will. I'm not hitting on you. So wanna grab sushi? No wonder why people are blocking you. I'm sorry, I've always had a crush on you, and always so scared to pursue you in high school. Creepy, I never seen you at my high school. Go message someone else. Don't be like that. Ill's top. Stop. I studied there for only 4 months. I was paying more attention to this guy I had a huge crush on. Great deflection, Lenny. Anyways, it goes on like this, and again, I trimmed a lot out. It's all really repetitive. Criminal behavior. It didn't take Lenny long before he started mooching off his mother's inheritance that she got from my father passing away. Her mental health was also in decline after years of substance abuse, and to top it all off, she was diagnosed with Alzheimer's. She started having moments where she would make up memories that never even happened. Lenny began straight up stealing money out of his mom's bank account while living in her crawl space. His mom tried to kick him out of the house, but he refused to leave and claimed it was his house too. As his mental state worsened, he apparently started swinging a hammer at his mother. Lenny was arrested and brought to jail for a minimum of a 2-month sentence, but the charges were later dropped because his mother wasn't of sound enough mind to pursue it. While eating in the jail cafeteria, Lenny began laughing at a Muslim man who started praying before his meal. Unfortunately, Lenny was taken into protective custody before any harm could be inflicted upon him. He was later released from jail. Another time that the cops showed up at Lenny's mother's house was because Lenny was apparently harassing another girl over Facebook. They printed out all the messages and went to confront him. Lenny, never being the most believable liar, tried to come up with a quick excuse. He claimed he was bit by a dog and got blackout drunk and didn't know what happened. The cops naturally asked to see the bite mark, and wouldn't you know it, there was none. The cops ordered him to stay off the internet as well as attend a rehab program for his blackout drinking. Lenny wasn't a big drinker and didn't really do drugs. He rarely even smoked weed with me. He definitely had some nights where he would polish off a few tall boys at his mom's computer, though. While at one of his rehab meetings, Lenny met a woman with actual substance abuse problems. In an act that I can only describe as opportunistic and incredibly scummy, Lenny used the girl's addictions against her to ask her out for a date. He offered to take her out and buy her drinks. I can't make this shit up. The even crazier thing? She accepted. They started seeing each other and drinking a lot. He got her alcohol, and she got him on drugs. Win-win. All of a sudden, Lenny became a full-blown addict. I mean, how many people can say they went to rehab to get addicted? That's wild. Shortly after this, a friend reached out to me to let me know that Lenny was being investigated by the police. Apparently, he was sexually harassing her daughter's friend online. I think the girl was like 15 at the time. Also, I heard that he brought my name into it. He tried to tell this girl he worked for my photo studio, doing photos for the Sears catalog. He was trying to convince this girl to let him take pictures of her wearing only underwear. I am not a photographer, nor do I have a photography studio. I was pissed. I really laid into him for that one. At this time, I started distancing myself from Lenny for obvious reasons. He was becoming an actual danger to society. I still tried my best to encourage him to get help, though. One day, a good friend of mine reached out, and her question was simple. What the fuck is wrong with your brother? I thought, oh God, what did he do now? She proceeded to send me screenshots of a bunch of messages from Lenny. Here's what he sent her. I'm going to be honest and upfront with you from the get-go, okay? In 2012, I was accused of luring a minor. I was given a warning and there was no further investigation. Secondly, I was accused of fraud, but after many months of trials, the fees were dropped. I am now debt-free and my credit is outstandingly good. Lastly, I adored you from the moment that you stepped into my mom's place with your red lace outfit. My jaw literally dropped as I gawked for a few seconds. Since then, I've been in pursuit of your care and devotion. I'm not interested in sex. Yeah, right. In July, I'm getting a settlement payment of $70,000 for my mental disability after losing my mind during the loss of my child. Most of my family think I'm applying because I went into a mild depression when my boyfriend cheated on me. Never told me that once. I just wanted you to know the real Lenny O. Longsword II. My little boy passed away because my ex wouldn't stop smoking in the house while I was at work. I came home to a blue, dead baby boy. This isn't an act for attention. Bullshit, Lenny. You killed fake babies for attention, you sick Also, I've never heard such a disgusting and untrue lie in my life. Lenny going to work? Yeah, right. My friend didn't have a response for Lenny at this time, but she did later accept his friend request. She knew Lenny had issues, so she was trying to be a friend. This is what transpired. I got my disability check today with 7 years back time, $347,000. I wish you'd come down so I could propose to you like a real man. Don't be afraid. I may act tough, but I'm very vulnerable. Deep down, I'm just a scared lee boy. You're very sweet, Lenny. I don't mind being your friend, but I'm kind of interested in someone right now. Same here, and I appreciate you telling me up front. I know you don't like me, but if you'd be my bride today, I'd give you all my dollar. I wish I could have proposed by the spring where I was born. Born by a spring? Like a spring of water, or a spring in an old mattress with a dick hole cut out for fucking? 3 months ago, I was told I was gonna be daddy. Mount Life dream finally come true. Yeah, this is stupid. 3 months ago, I was told I was daddy. Mount Life dream come true. Ex told me she had can abortion without consulting me. I lost an unborn baby. I want to take over where your ex failed, just to be a supportive daddy. K. Lenny, stop. Stop fucking mentioning redacted. I'm single because I want to be. I'm not trying to buy love. Even if you don't want me, let me spend this money just to make you smile. I don't have long. Again with the I'm not long for this world shtick. You're constantly messaging me ridiculous stuff. I will block and delete you eventually if you continue. I only have so much patience, Lenny. I was trying to be nice. I don't have the heart to tell my bros I've been diagnosed terminal. If there really is a God, just be me spend this shitty dollar before I'm dead. I am act failure as a fat gur. I don't deserve to be Axe daddy, but I honestly love you so much. If we marry, I know I can be the dad redacted didn't have the balls to be. Unfortunately, that friend wasn't Lenny's only lust interest. A handful of people reached out with screenshots of messages that Lenny had sent them. He asks for a date, gets rejected, goes for sympathy, gets called out, finally explodes. Rinse, repeat, every time. This is another series of unanswered messages to a completely different mutual friend. May 2016. I asked God last night, broken and desperate, and asked, will you shoo me away to be happy? And your face showed up. I wish you were my girlfriend. If you were, you'd see a side of me that would the very foundations of the earth. July 2016. Will you have sex with me? I saw your rockin' smokin' hot booty and drooled your sexy booty and wished it all night long. I am in love with you. I mow be hammered, but I can't till I go down my raccoon booty. I wanna fuck your punk rock gothic body so badly. September 2016. I got a go-ahead on joining the Brazzers team to be a male porn model. They require professional photos of me looking sharp, no nudes, like me in an ether jacket and a nice face shot. September 2016. Never mind, I got without the photos. I'm sorry for all the times I hit on you. December 2016. Reason I'm texting you is, you were my very first crush. You kinda like a forbidden fruit. Can we please be friends again? I don't have anyone left, and my sponsor said I should make amends. This guy is so manipulative, he's using his court-mandated rehab treatment as a guilt trip to get with women. That's insanely low. July 2017. Sorry if yum typing is bad, but I'm crying like cray. Just lost der friend. Could Oyo make one dream of a lifetime of nightmares come Tuesday? Could I please take you out on a date? Will you make my scary dream come Tuesday? April 5th, 2018. Redacted. Guess what? 28 days sober. Could I ask you a favor very small? Could I arrange a coffee meeting tomorrow, perhaps? Sad truth is, I lost 2 daughters to an abortion a few months ago, and I've been a wreck. I haven't drank, but I'm lost. My friend finally responded to Lenny. Lenny, honestly, you don't sound sober. Abortion is performed before sex can be determined. And two different women? Because you couldn't possibly abort two in a couple of months and on top of that, know the sex. Okay, seriously, enough psychobabble negative bullshit. Lenny, get help. For fuck's sakes, just stop. I have lost a lot more than most of my family. I spent 2 years in prison for crimes I didn't do. Stop drunk texting me. Fuck, kid, I'm sober. I'm not. I haven't had the internet for a year. Bullshit, you messaged me 2 months ago. Stop fucking lying. I feel like the boy who cried sober too many times, and that fucking sucks. I'm thinking ODUC every day, and it fucking scares me. I'm drunk because I cry myself to sleep every night wishing Goss would kill me. I cry too. I don't type like a drunk. All I can hope is to make amends. Not when you're drunk. I'm sorry I even tried. No one believes the crack baby, of course. Goodbye. Wish you the best. Just wish I had a friend because my brother's ruining my fucking life. No, you ruined your life. Accept that. I can't be a friend to someone who is so dishonest. Sorry. Good luck. I'm only asking for a little forgiveness so I can continue my sobriety. Just know that minor I hit on years back forgave me and did her family. So why can't you? I lost my soulmate. I couldn't bear to see her die from speed, but she did. I blame myself for losing the love of my life to speed. Not that anyone cares, they just see Lenny as a drunk. It's a school night. It's late, Lenny. I'm going to bed. Another day, okay? Good night. Thank you. No, thank you. Happy face. The next day, Lenny tried to apologize, but quickly got sidetracked. April 6, 2018. Sorry about last night, but I always thought, if I may say, you're really hot. If I may say, very, very sexy qualities in a mature woman. But not flirting, just saying you're an amazing woman. I think I'm gay, because got asked by this cute guy, and yes, I really think he's really hot. Just wish I had someone out of my friends that would accept my coming out. Plus, I got temp custody of my daughter, so I'm fucking happy. Yes, I lost 2 kids in the past to abortion, but I got my 13-year-old daughter back in my life. Don't tell Redacted. I'm about to break his bones to dust if he ever pisses me off again. I think she may have talked to Lenny's older brother about the harassing messages because a few weeks later, this is what Lenny had to say to her. April 19th, 2018. Just talked with Redacted. I won't bother you anymore. I had no idea I was causing you so much pain and discomfort. I just went through a lot of heartbreak and I'm lashing out looking for a friend. Let's have a chat. If not, fuck off and I'll never bother you again. Yeah, I'll fuck off. I don't feel guilty for not wanting to talk to you, Lenny. You know nothing about my life. Your messages are one-sided and selfish. So yes, I will be fucking off. Get your shit together. Don't message me anymore. Really? You're gonna preach to me? I've been imprisoned. I've seen shit you can't even fathom and laugh at it today. Please leave me alone, Lenny. I'm serious. Stop. Fine. Just trying to ache amends is all. I'm done with this. Stop. Sorry I ripped into you. Guess this is what you were worried about. Sorry. Need help. As Lenny's substance abuse worsened, so did his mental health, and in turn, his depravity. One day he decided to message a girl that he thought could be his cousin, or possibly his cousin's wife. He was very intoxicated and looking to buy sex. Longsword or not, I want to fuck you really bad right now. What would it take? I'll make you squeal and come, then give you $1 plus 5,000 if you come fuck me right now. I want to lick your pussy so badly. Bet your boyfriend doesn't have a 22-inch, heavily redacted dick to fuck. I will spend whatever it takes to taste a blonde babe. $10,000 signed cash to fuck you tonight. What you say? Sorry, I have a boyfriend. Money means nothing, so be with me. I'll marry you. Lenny always takes don't take no for an answer to a criminal level. After his failed attempt at turning a random girl into a prostitute, he diverted his attention to a guy he thought was his cousin. As the guy will explain, they have the same last name and went to the same high school, but they're not related. This is what Lenny wrote. Is Redacted your sister? Not even related. I offered her $20,000 to be my girlfriend and she refused. Before you judge, I got $20K in the bank. I'm ashamed to say it, but I offered her $20K for sex, despite same last name. Got my house and Lambo with purple tint. I just lack a woman. Before you judge me for asking her to fuck me for money, just know that I have $200,000 in the bank. I have a house, a Lambo with purple tint. I mean, if I was poor, you could judge me, but I'm not. So, don't judge. Buddy, you gotta stop that. That's no way to get anyone, and lying won't help you either. I honestly think you're a compulsive liar or have mental issues. You can't talk to women like that, and if she was related to me, I'd be pretty fucking pissed at you. She's not a whore, and I doubt she's interested, so leave her alone. You're not in a position to ask this. I lost my fucking daughter today to Syrian rapists, and they're cleared of all charges. I don't like reading that one. No, Lenny, you need help, man. Fuck off with the help. All they did was lock me up for 2 years while my daughter and wife were raped and killed. If you keep lying to me, Lenny, then I want nothing to do with you. I protected you in school. Now you want to disband me? LOL, buddy, you know who protected me in school? Me. Nobody fucked with me. You're mistaken. I took many beatings for you. Not sure where I was, LOL. You and me in a fight will be left with broken hands and legs. I'm half metal now, and you'd be left in 2. I hate making enemies over chap pussy. I don't like when men talk to women like that. You don't offer a woman money for sex like she's some whore. Your girl would turn coat for right place. I'd go to jail not for knocking you out, 'cause I'd fucking kill you. I'm no one to fucking pick a fight with. Hit me and expect death within 14 seconds. I love you. You're my cuz. I hate being a fight over redacted. We are not related, man. Wow. We are longswords and there are a lot of them in this city. No relation. If that's the case, guess redacted and your girl's free then. If you got balls, then bring 'em. Hope you like Hell's Angus. I really wanted to be your family. I know we're not related. You can be whatever you want, but if you lie to me, I will not put up with it. You want to go? Take me out for lunch. You cleared your tree of spiders last year. Why pay a bitch when I can gank it for nothing? You got muscle given you got anger, given you haven't lost a daughter. You haven't lost a wife. I haven't a reason to live. I need you more than ever. Related or not, you're all I have left. Go to sleep, man. Anyone else have that uncle that every time he drinks, he just starts crying about how his wife left him and his kids don't talk to him anymore? That's Lenny, except his wife and kids are made up and he pretends they're dead. After some time had passed, Lenny sent this to his cousin. I think it's supposed to be an apology of sorts. Hey, sorry for everything. My program tells me I have to make amends to those I'm wronged. I'm so sorry I got drunk last year and hit on a fellow family member. I never shared this with anyone but your family, so I was falsely imprisoned for 2 years. When I got out, I turned to alcohol because I found out my fiance had an abortion without my consent. While I was away, all I thought about was my girl and my unborn son. Now they're dead from drug abuse. I don't remember who I hit on, honestly, whether it was a cousin or your own girl. For that, I am so sorry. Feel free to come by and punch me out. I'm actually begging you to do it. And I mean, if you do, really give it all you got, because it's going to be hard to dent an indestructible skull. I survived an up-close experience with a landmine and ended up like a modern-day Wolverine because of it. I don't have much family left. I had to bury my ex-girlfriend yesterday, my best friend the week before, and 3 of my 6 brothers the week after that. So did I die with his ex-girlfriend and 2 other brothers? -1 day, -7 days, +7 days, equals the same day his girlfriend got buried. That must have been one rough made-up day for Rest in peace, myself. I'm losing my family like fucking flies. I just wish I could make amends to you and the people I hit on. I don't deserve any more pain. I already had to bury 4 children. He's just leaving dead bodies in the wake of his imagination. If anyone actually took him seriously, they'd have to start asking, why are so many people in your life winding up dead? Are you a fucking serial killer? A few years prior to Lenny messaging a minor, swinging a hammer at his mom, and becoming a full-blown addict, I got a message from him asking for advice. Can I quickly ask you something? Am I a bad person? I know I did bad things, but you think I deserve to be happy-go-lucky Lenny again? Any advice or tips? You're not a bad person, man. You just make bad choices out of impulse, and you have obsessive-compulsive tendencies. I believe you can change, but you really need to want help. I even made a date with you to help you make some appointments. I said I would actually go with you, but you bailed on me to play D&D last summer. The final betrayal. After many years of trying to get mental help for Lenny, partially so that he may qualify for disability assistance, he finally got it. Imagine my surprise when I found out that Lenny's dad helped him get it by lying and saying that he was traumatized by being molested by my father, when all my life I was being told that he was molested by his father. I do know my dad never touched Lenny sexually. He could not stand that kid. He may have been too hard on him at times, but my dad was not a diddler. I can't even think of a single time when my dad was even alone with Lenny. He despised him that much. I don't even think I told my actual brother how Lenny got his diagnosis because, honestly, I didn't want my brother going to jail for beating Lenny into the dirt. After I told Lenny what I thought about him in person, he sent me this message on Facebook. Brock, I'm sorry I listened to my dad and told Disability that your dad molested me. I already told them that isn't true and may have my pension stripped from me. I just lost my second child. She's with God now. My ex was doing heroin during Prego, and I'm completely destroyed. In truth, your dad saved me. I learned a lot and grew emotionally stronger. I don't want to unloose you. By the way, feel free to hit me as hard as you like next time we meet. I deserve that. He always does that. He thinks everyone's more willing to forgive him if they can punch him in the face, when in reality everyone just wants to be left alone. Besides, I heard he survived a landmine explosion and is basically all metal now, like Wolverine covered in jizz. Stop harassing me or I will notify the police. This is your final warning. I save all these conversations so I have proof that I told you to leave me and my wife alone. Now stop. Lenny wrote this to my wife. Sorry if I'm pissed off at Brock, but he's right. Just really hurting and need my brother back. Please, I'm begging you to talk to him. I miss my little big bro. Lenny, Brock has been very patient and good to you over the years. He had no problem being there for you 100% if you would be willing to give your 100% to get the help you need and deserve. But you've made promises that you haven't kept. If you really loved him, you would respect his decision for space. And frankly, what you post has upset me. I don't appreciate your hate speech and negativity. I usually the forbidden pasta. I have no idea what you just said. I just heartbroken. I have such great news for yous. I just really miss my Lee bro, who done so much good. I wish I had his bravery. Just wish for brotherly scrap. No harm, just how I was raised. I miss Brock, idiot king I have. This is Brock. Read your fucking messages, you drunk idiot. We aren't gonna fight because there would be no fight. I would hit you, then get charged. I would way rather you go to jail so you were no longer a harm to innocent people. I am typing in dark, so fucked I'm typing can't see very well. I hate you so much for the things that you do to people. You lost your chance today. We will never be brothers again. As far as I'm concerned, we never were, because my brother would never lie and say he got molested by my father, when for years the story was that your father molested you. Remember that? Don't do this to me again. I'm gonna be a father. If you can somehow forgive me, can you please be the go-father? Should something happen to me, I know my unborn girl will be in good hands. You say you love my dad, but you labeled a dead man a child molester. But I guess if you're going to call someone a child molester, they might as well be dead so they can't defend themselves. I can't even describe how low of a person I think you are. Fucking dark. No, you're right. I labeled him selfishly, but in truth, I miss him and my own dad raped me. Even if you were having a kid, which you're not because you're a fucking liar, I would never be the godfather. It was very wrong, but it's not a but-y anymore. I have a Lee girl on the way. Please don't let her grow up without a daddy. I don't want anything from you, and I have nothing to give you. You keep making up excuses why your life sucks, but in truth, you have it pretty fucking easy. I work every day beating my ass into the ground to pay your fucking disability check that you lied to get. I realized I hit a brick wall with talking to Lenny, so I decided to start sending him bullshit lies like he does to everyone else. Unfortunately, not used to being on the receiving end of lies, so he thought I was serious. Besides, I'm pretty stressed out since the doctor told me my diabetes will eventually take my legs. Plus, I have twins on the way, and I can barely keep my shit together. Wait, what the uck? Bro, please tell this ain't true, puh. I wish I could have video call? No, I must leave now. Redacted needs to go to the hospital because she just had a seizure from all the fucking stress. I just hope my Siamese twins are okay. I swear if they come out with birth defects, I blame you. Don't blame me. I never knew. I'm sure they'll pull through. They have their daddy's strength. Brock, I never knew you had life so hard till now. Been selfish. Now all I want to do is help you. If you'll let, mister. I'm beyond help. I don't deserve help. Please, let me help you. I would take a bullet for you. I might have one for you. I must go. This conversation gave me diarrhea. Blocked. It wasn't long after that before Lenny started messaging me from another alt account. This is what happened. Your father was a great man, and well, I hate myself, dude. If it weren't for your dad, I'd probably be dead by now. I'm happy at least you made good with your life. I wish I was a lot more like you. This is my daughter, Harmony. She's 6 now. I drank all these years thinking she was aborted. Lenny sends me a random picture of a little girl sitting on a log in a forest. Dude, you don't have a daughter, which makes the fact that you sent me a picture of a child very disturbing. Please leave me alone for the rest of our lives. Actually, I do. I was told she was aborted 7 years back. I drank for years blaming myself instead of asking the simple, where my kid? Hit me as hard as you like. I fucking deserve it. No thanks, I'm not interested. Going to block you now. I honestly hope you go to jail because you were a threat to children. Lenny sent me a message from another account about 6 months later. It was an apology like a mile long, but I didn't bother responding. I blocked him, and I will continue to block him until the end of time. Once in a while I hear about Lenny from his brother, and it's never good news. Speaking of news, I googled his name, and this is what I found. 2019. Lenny was charged with 2 counts of criminal harassment when he apparently repeatedly contacted a woman he knows, as well as engaged with threatening conduct towards her family. Sounds on brand. 2020. Lenny was arrested and charged with uttering threats as well as breach of probation for failing to keep the peace. It is alleged that Lenny made threats to harm someone known to him. 2020. Police alleged that Lenny threatened to kill someone he knows and burn down that person's residence. He was taken into custody and charged with 2 counts of uttering threats and breach of probation for failing to keep the peace. Anyways, this was a long one, so I'll wrap it up for today. But if you made it this far, I truly do want to thank you. And if you like these longer form videos, or if you prefer something shorter, that's what she said, let me know in the comments. Also, if you could please take a second to like this video and subscribe to my channel, that would really mean a lot. I'm trying to get more views and more subs right now, so every little bit counts. Anyways, thanks for listening to the true story of Lenny Longsword, the lewd and loathsome liar. Until next time, be awesome. Much better. You're gonna have to edit that out. Edit that out.
When they turned the lights on, I was standing in the nude. I only did it for a joke, but fuck, I'm in the room, in the room.
Best take yet, motherfucker. Oh yeah.